My name is Dr. Ghassan Abu Sitta. I am a plastic and reconstructive surgeon. I am a British-Palestinian volunteer with Médecins Sans Frontières. This morning, upon the request of Al Ahli Hospital administration, I moved from Shifa Hospital to Al Ahli Hospital to help out with the treatment of some of the wounded, as the number of wounded had exceeded the number of beds in the hospital. We had been operating all day and had made the decision that in order to continue operating on these patients, I would stay behind and sleep at the hospital. In the evening, after we finished one of the surgeries, we heard a missile screech following by a huge explosion. As a result of the explosion, part of the ceiling of the operating room fell. As I moved towards the outside of the operating room and towards the emergency department, we could see bodies of children piled up, both dead, not moving, and wounded. There were several who had been amputated. I tended to a man who had his leg blown off at the thigh. We then carried on trying to resuscitate the patients. When the ambulance came, I decided to help out by carrying one of the wounded who had had a shrapnel in his neck into the ambulance. As I was walking towards the ambulance, there were body parts everywhere, and there were bodies piled up in the courtyard of the hospital. I then got into the ambulance and escorted the patient back to Shifa Hospital. This morning, when I drove into the hospital, I noted how full the hospital courtyard was, with families who had sought refuge inside the hospital, thinking that it would be a safe haven. It's these very same families who are now either dead or critically wounded as a result of this attack. This is a war crime that the world has seen coming. Israel has been warning the entire world that it was going to attack Palestinian hospitals, and it did exactly that. Every Western politician who has declared unconditional support for Israel's war effort on the Palestinian people has the blood of these children on their hands. That unconditional support is what led us to this massacre. The impunity that Israel believes it has from its Western allies is what has led to this massacre. No other country feels the impunity to target hospitals and get away with it. What happened today is a war crime, and if the Israelis get away with it again, then more war crimes will be committed and more hospitals will be targeted. أنا اسمي الدكتور غسان سليمان أبو ستة. أنا جراح تجميل وترميم من بريطانيا.